Hi, and welcome to a special pro tip all about our latest survey, Betsy, which is so fun, and winners. I'm Kate Schultz, here today with my sister to give you a short bite episode. We're talking tips, techniques, and well-earned wisdom, in this case, the wisdom's from the survey, in 6 minutes or less.
I'm Betsy Wallace, and like Kate said, we've got all sorts of ideas to help in the kitchen, dinner, everything else that goes along with it. And this week, special edition, we're sharing the results of our survey that we conducted earlier this year. And with your help, we found out some really kind of cool, fun things that we're going to share.
Yeah, I was really excited to see all the responses. We got almost 100 responses, which is super fun. So thank you to everyone who spent a little time on the internet doing that with us. Betsy, you've got like the rundown of the survey. So why don't you just like launch into it? Like, what did we find out?
Okay. Kate, first of all, lots of people listening from all over. We had listeners from Hawaii, Australia, Canada, all over the U.S., and a pretty good balance of East Coast, Southern, West Coast. It was fun to see that people have been listening from all over, which is great.
Yeah.
So many people have been listening for almost the full 2 years, which is really fun. We had more than I thought.
Yeah, I love that.
Pick that. And then a lot of people who have joined us recently. So I want to say I added it up, it was about 40% of the people have been listening for a year or two, and the remainder have found us more recently, which is kind of a nice split, which means
that's fun.
People are finding us, which is great. Yeah. Interestingly, we asked where people had heard about our podcast, and we had a lot of people come from Didn't I Just Feed You? And also from Local Mouthful, which are two other great cooking food podcasts that if you haven't checked them out yet, I would go do that. 75% of you listen every week, which
is so lovely.
Is so lovely. And that kind of warmed my heart a little bit, which is fun. And then another 15-20% almost listens every couple of weeks. So that's 90%
impressive.
Are pretty regular listeners, which I thought also is really great. So we asked about what you might want to see more or less of. And funny thing, the cookbook reviews, which we do once every 6 to 8 weeks or so, we had kind of a split on this. Some people love them, want to see more cookbooks, which I think is just if you like cookbooks, you want to see more cookbook reviews. And then other people said, oh, that's what I could do with less of. So we thought because it was such a balance between, or such an even split between more and less, we're going to kind of just go with what we're doing right now.
Keep it as is. Yeah. And actually, believe it or not, it's actually every 10 episodes. We do it on the 8s.
Oh, on the 8s. Okay. So that's good to know. So that's where we landed on that. Here is the big one. Big one, Kate. Who won the favorite sister vote?
Well, you know who won the favorite sister vote, Betsy.
I did.
Who won the favorite sister vote?
It's me. Yeah.
By 2 votes.
By 2 votes.
I needed to have a better voter turnout campaign.
We were laughing so hard.
I demand a recount.
Yeah. When we put that question in, we thought, I wonder if people are really going to vote. This will be really fun and funny to have it in there. So I'm glad people voted on that. I know Mom had a writing campaign for her. One of her swimming buddies wrote her in as their favorite.
So Mom got a vote? I love it.
Got a vote, yes.
Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. Well, I mean, we'll make you a little trophy, Betsy. And then maybe if we do the survey again next year, we can see who gets the trophy. I don't know what the trophy might be, like a coffee mug or something, because we're always drinking coffee.
Yeah, that'd be fun. You can make me
a wine glass
for my victory.
Oh, I can make you.
Okay, so moving on. General thoughts, kind of, if we're looking at trends, if we're looking at things that really came out in the comment section, I thought it was so heartwarming to see that so many people commented that they loved just the fact that we're sisters, and they just liked that as part of the podcast, which is funny because that's something that we maybe sometimes take for granted, that we're sisters.
Sure.
And I think we talk about this a lot, but it is a really special project for us to work on, because regardless of how this turns out, and if we become the Ellen show of podcasting,
I mean,
which could happen,
your lips to God's ears on that one.
But if it doesn't, we still have this amazing project that we worked on together. And in our later years of life, we can look back on it, and it's just
such a memory.
It's such a memory, and I'm so grateful for what it has given us.
Same.
Yeah, I'm glad that people called that out because it made me just warmed my heart.
I want to address two things that people brought up, which I think are good things to talk about real briefly. One is the recipe index update. Yeah, we 100% need to do that. Is when we moved things over and then I got behind, you know how that goes. So we are working on that. That's our project for Q1 of the podcast. So we are going to get that done and you'll be able to search. It's going to be great, guys. Promise. And the second thing has to do with our audio quality when author interviews happen. And so part of that is that, Betsy and I use this online platform that does really great audio for us, and we're very happy with it. Sometimes, though, we can't get the authors on that platform. They're very busy, maybe don't have the technical ability to get on there because of the computer or what have you that they're on. So sometimes we do have to call people just using the good old-fashioned telephone and record a phone call, which if you've ever done, sometimes doesn't sound great, but we try to keep it as clean as possible. We apologize if it's not as slick and clean as it usually is, but hopefully you're getting enough out of it that you can forgive us the 20 minutes of interviews, static or crackling.
Kate, finally, people were saying, please don't pod fade. Please don't quit on us. And I will just say to that, Kate just bought 32 ounces of fish sauce, as you heard in the last episode.
Sure did. We're not quitting until that sucker's gone, which I think, at this rate actually may only be 2 months. So maybe we shouldn't use fish sauce, but
yeah, but we are not going anywhere.
We're firmly committed to this for sure. All right. So if you are a person who did do the survey and you entered our drawing, good news. Here it is. The results. We have 2 prizes for putting in the time to do our survey. The first one is a Dinner Sisters tote bag, and that one goes to Michelle. And Michelle, we are not going to read your email on the podcast because that's a terrible idea. But if you are a Michelle and you get an email from the Dinner Sisters, you won a tote bag. So congratulations, Michelle. Yay. And the other prize that we had was a Burlap and Barrel gift certificate. And that goes to Laura. Again, not going to read her email address, but we will be emailing you, Laura, and you can hear from the Dinner Sisters soon, and we'll send you that gift certificate. So congrats to everybody who won. And if you filled out the survey, you have our undying love, unless you voted for Betsy, and then I'm like mediocre love. To be honest.
Yeah. Way to sign off there, Kate. That's great.
Just kidding. You have my full love, no matter what you did.
All right. Well, there you have it for this week. Our results of the 2020 Dinner Sister survey. We'll do another one around this time next year. So we'll see you then.
And if you missed the survey, I'm going to keep it up for maybe a week or so. So if you want to go in there, you can always check it out. Give us some information, some feedback. You can also always email us at dinnersisterspodcast@gmail.com. And we're on Facebook too. So if you're interested in joining our community, we would love to have you in our group. Just search Dinner Sisters Podcast and you'll find us there.
As always, thanks for joining us. Come back soon. We'll save a spot at the table for you.